What's going on, everyone? I'm Steve from Burke Family 54 Comics, and in today's video we're going to be talking about 3 comic books to stay away from. Before we do that though, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, all of that. So I'm going to be talking about 3 comic books that I believe you should be staying away from a comic book investing standpoint. Obviously, if you are a big fan of these characters or these books, obviously this is probably the best time to be buying these books because prices are obviously on a downfall. But again, this book is specifically for comic book investors. Let's go ahead and get started here. The first book up I want to talk about is a DC book. We have Batman 386, the first appearance of the Black Mask. We saw Ewan McGregor portray the Black Mask in the Birds of Prey movie. A lot of people are excited about him and also Harley Quinn and all the Batgirls in the movie. We recently saw a CGC 9.8 sell for only $330, the lowest it has been in over a year. And that is down 50%, half of what it was in November 2021, as it sold for $660 in a CGC 9.8. So again, here it is cut in half of what it sold for just about 6 to 8 months ago. The only way this book and his character have any saving grace is if he somehow ends up in the Titans TV show on HBO Max. I do believe his time is over in the DCEU. That is why this book is on the list. Here again, Batman 386, the first appearance of the Black Mask, a book that I believe from a comic book investing standpoint you should stay away from. The second book up I want to talk about is kind of a no-brainer here. We have ASM 361, the first appearance of Carnage. Everyone was super excited about the book and the character, with Woody Harrelson portraying the villain in Venom 2. So much so that in January and February of 2021, the book saw its most sales and highest prices, and that continued through May again of 2021. The highest sale for the book came February 7th, 2021 for $1,530 in a CGC 9.8. In a newsstand edition. We also heard reports of the book selling for as high as $1,800 for a CGC 9.8 newsstand that was signed. Now, the book has cooled off tremendously following Venom 2 coming out, and I think by all accounts, everyone thought Venom 2 was not the best movie. We do know, obviously, that Carnage is probably done in any Spider-Man movies or any possible MCU films going forward. So this is probably, if you're a Spider-Man fan, the best time to be getting this book, because recently a CGC 9.8 here on June 16th sold for $500. That is down obviously $1,000 from its highest point in 2021. So again, if you're a Spider-Man fan and you don't care about investments, this is the best time to be getting this book. But if you're looking at it from an investment standpoint, I mean, there is no spec at all, in my opinion, on this character. And so I don't believe this is a book to be getting. In fact, it's almost as low as its pre-pandemic value of $450 in a CGC 9.8. So I believe, again, from an investing standpoint, this is not a book to be getting. It's a book to stay away from. The third book up I want to talk about is Eternals #1. Obviously, this was a no-brainer here. It's the first appearance of the Eternals. This book got really hot in May and June of 2021 with the anticipation of the Eternals movie later in November 2021. And obviously that excitement lasted all the way up until the film came out. We saw a high sale in May 10th, 2021 for CGC 9.8 for $3,800. The movie basically, I wouldn't say it bombed, but from a viewership standpoint, from critic standpoint, it was not the best movie. In fact, it has a 47% tomato score on Rotten Tomatoes. We've seen arguably the biggest drop of any book here with Eternals #1. The most recent sale for a CGC 9.8 sold for $864 here in June 2022. But we actually saw a low sale just a couple months ago in May 2022 here for $750 for CGC 9.8. That is down over $3,000 from the highest sale a year ago. So we're not sure if there will be an Eternals 2 movie. Maybe there's some spec here, but following how bad that movie, how everyone felt about it, and following how much this book has cooled down. From an investment standpoint, I don't believe this is a book to be investing in. It's a book that I would stay away from unless you're a big Eternals fan, like I said about ASM. So those are the 3 books that I believe people should be staying away from a comic book investing standpoint: Batman 386, Spider-Man 361, and Eternals #1. Again, my name is Steve from Burke Family 54 Comics. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think of today's video. Do you have any of these books? Are you going to be investing in these? All of that and more. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, go Cats!
Cowabunga! It's Morphin time!